Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsjuice.com, and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and quick overview of the Oppo N1. Oppo N1 has came to us, and again this device, as far as packaging is concerned, is one of the most premium devices. The kind of packaging it has is pretty sleek. It comes in two boxes. The first box is this, which is quite slim, and the kind of build quality the package actually has is pretty good actually. And then you have this smaller box, and we will tell you what we have in both of these two boxes. This is an unboxing which we are doing for you. I have been using this device for quite a long time. I have been using this device for more than 2 weeks now, and the kind of overall form factor this device has, the kind of experience you will have from the device is quite premium. That is something which will differentiate the Oppo from other brands like Gioni, Carbon, Micromax, whatever you can call them. This brand, the Oppo N1, which is the first flagship phone from Oppo in India, is actually a kind of a differentiator in itself. And in this video we will tell you how does this device actually make a different space for itself when it comes to the overall build quality, the kind of user interface it has, the kind of overall experience you will get from the device while using it. So this device definitely is that kind of a device which you can call a differentiated device among all of the devices which are available in the market. So first of all, let's go ahead and do the unboxing. The first smaller box which we have is this one, which has this kind of a thing, which is actually looking like a small keychain, and it is actually a button which will get paired up with your phone with the help of Bluetooth. And once it is paired up, you can actually press it to take photos. You can use this sensor, the additional sensor which comes within the package. You can use this to take photos remotely from 15 meters of distance maximum, and again that is quite a long distance, I would like to say. And again you have this design in such a way that you can actually put it in your keychain or in your car keys. Basically, if you have a keychain holder, you can actually put this in that, and again this will alert you, especially whenever you are away from your phone. In case you forget your Oppo N1 which is there inside and you forget it somewhere, it will remind you with a vibration once you are out of the range, so that you can actually get alerted that you have lost your phone or you have actually forgot your phone, and then you can go back and pick your phone back. So it will remind you to pick your Oppo N1 all the time, and also it will act as a remote control to take the photos without pressing any button on the Oppo N1. So this is the first box, the smaller box. We will take a look over this one later on. The main box is this, and once we open the package, this is how the package looks like. This is a very premium package in terms of the overall look and feel, the kind of build quality, the kind of material which has been used to actually pack this phone. These are the headphones, which are in-ear headphones, look very good in terms of the overall look and feel at least, and this is how the device looks like. Now here we have the Oppo N1, which has got a 5.9-inch IPS LCD display, and again this device is very good in terms of the overall build quality, and the kind of material which has been used to actually manufacture this phone is quite premium as well. When it comes to the edges, you see a very fine chrome grille on both the corners, and then it is colored with white, and it actually gives this device a very premium look. And this is complete metal which is on the edges, which is actually making this device look pretty premium and also giving it a very strong build quality as well. As far as the back cover is concerned, it is actually plastic, but it is very good quality of plastic with matte finishing, and it does have some additional functionalities, especially on the back side in this area which is called the O-Touch area, and we will tell you about that later on. As far as the front is concerned, the front is a 5.9-inch IPS LCD display, pretty huge to hold in one hand. This is one device which, when you hold it in one hand, you will feel the weight of it as well. So the weight of this device is little bit higher, that is 213 gram, but again this is almost a 6-inch phablet, so you cannot expect very lightweight, especially with this kind of a form factor and the display size. One thing which is very good about this device is that this device does not have two cameras. There is only one camera, which is a 13 megapixel camera at the back with LED flash, and the good thing is that, and the innovative part of this device as far as the camera is concerned, is that it has a rotating camera. That means you can actually rotate the camera and use the same 13 megapixel camera as a front camera as well. So this is how you can actually use the camera which is there, and once you rotate it, it will launch the camera UI, and you can configure that. And once you configure that, this is how the UI will look like. So you can take a self shot of yourself with the help of the 13 megapixel camera, and there will be no you can say compromise as far as the camera quality is concerned, because the same 13 megapixel camera, which is the rear camera, can be used to take your self shots as well, and all you need to do is to rotate it. And second thing is that you don't need to tilt the display of the phone. You can actually have the display like this, and you can rotate the camera, and this way you can actually take photos without doing anything with the device. So you can take different photos of different angles by just rotating the camera. It will give you the view of that, and you don't need to actually tilt the device or hold the device in that orientation. The camera will automatically get rotated to that angle. When it comes to the angle, it can be rotated up to 206 degrees angle. So that is the complete angle of rotation for this camera. Now, apart from this camera, there is an additional feature on this device that is called the O-Touch sensor, which is there on the back side. This device also have NFC, but again, this part over here, which actually give you the indication that it has NFC, this rectangle over here is actually an indication of the O-Touch area. So you have an O-Touch sensor on this device, which is a kind of a sensor with which you can actually use the phone. For example, you are in the gallery or you are on the home screen, and you would like to switch in between different home screen. So you can actually move your finger on the O-Touch sensor like this, and it will change the home screen. So this is how you can actually change the home screen. And same way, if you are under gallery and you want to change or go through different photos under gallery, let me just first of all open the gallery for you so that you can have an idea. Okay, we go under photos, and here we have some of the photos. So if I want to change these photos like this, I can actually move my finger on the sensor, and this way it will keep on changing these photos like this without any press of a button. So you don't need to press the button to actually change these photos. You just need to slide your finger over the O-Touch sensor, which is there, and this is how you can actually change the photos. This is a very good feature. I haven't seen this feature on any other phone. So two main features which I would like to highlight, and I have just did that, is the rotating camera, which is definitely a revolutionary thing, and I haven't seen this rotating camera on any other phone till now. And there are phones from other manufacturers as well now which is available, but again, this was the first device to have a rotating camera. And the second thing which I really like about this device is the O-Touch sensor, which actually allows you to use your phone without actually pressing any button. Even you don't need to touch on these capacitive buttons, or you don't need to tap on the touch screen. You can actually go across photos, you can go across home screen with the help of the O-Touch sensor, which is there at the back, and this is again a very good thing. So let's talk about the device later on. I have already talked a lot about it. Let's take a look what we have in the package apart from the device. So once we open the package, we get the user manuals over here, as you can see. And again, the kind of packaging they follow is very much Apple style. They seem to be inspired from Apple a lot. This is the user guide for the phone, and then we have a quick start guide. This is the important information guide, and then we have a SIM ejection tool as well, which is designed in almost the same way in which their logo is. So it is oval, so it is the SIM ejection tool designed in the oval shape. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Apart from this, if we take a look, what we have in the package is this, where we have the universal USB charger. This is the universal USB charger. The output current from the charger is 2000 milliampere. So this is the 2 ampere charger which we have, and this is how the micro USB to USB cable look like, which can be used for data syncing as well as for charging. And again, the packaging is very much inspired from Apple as well. You have some extra earbuds for the in-ear headphones which are there in the package, and this is how the packaging is there for the in-ear headphones. This packaging is again very premium, very different kind of packaging, and very much inspired from the Apple packaging which we have seen earlier. You do have a mic module over here with a button to pick the call. You have a mic as well on this one, and this is how they are packed. This is how the headphone look like. And again, I'm not going to unpack these as of now. We will tell you about the overall experience and the sound quality of these earphones later on. So these are all the package contents as of now. As far as the price of this device is concerned, this device is available for a pretty premium price as well. It is kind of costly, and I'm not afraid to call this device costly because it is available for a price of approximately 32 to 33,000 Indian rupees, which is definitely pricey. And it comes with Snapdragon 600 chipset, and again you are easily getting the Snapdragon 600 800 chipset as of now in the market if you compare this phone with the other phone. But again, the kind of features this device has, you will not get those features. You will not get the auto sensor, you will not get the rotating camera on this device on any other device in that particular price segment, especially if you compare it with the Nexus 5 or with any other device which comes with the latest Snapdragon 800 chipset. This device has a rotating camera which is not going to be there on that one, and this device has this touch sensor which is definitely very good. And these are the two unique points of this device. And again, those devices at that particular price point will not have the 5.9-inch display, which is quite vibrant and quite colorful on this device, which is something I can say. Now here we have the huge Oppo N1. This device definitely, in terms of the overall form factor, is pretty big to hold in one hand. One-handed usage of this device is very much limited because of the big display size, but with the help of touch sensor, Oppo has actually made sure that you can actually use this device even with one hand as well. And you do have one-handed operations from other options as well on this device, so that you can use this device even with one hand, and we will show you those options as well. Apart from this, the camera on this device, which is the rotating camera, is also pretty good in terms of the picture quality. But again, the kind of photos which we got in low light or in artificial light were kind of grainy. When it comes to daylight shots were perfectly fine, but when it comes to low light or artificial light shots which we have taken from this device, they were kind of grainy, at least on the display. And again, we will take some more camera samples as well from this device in this video, so that we can actually show you what do we mean when we say there is slight amount of noise which we notice in the low light shots on this device when we take it from the camera. Now the overall physical design of this phone is pretty good, and again you do have some innovations like rotating camera, touch sensor. So again, the physical design is pretty good. When it comes to the build quality is definitely much better as compared to the other phones which we have seen in the same price segment, and it is a pretty big display phone as compared to the other phones which we have in the same price segment. As far as weight is concerned, this phone is slightly heavy at 213 gram, but again you will get used to it, and whenever you place this device inside your jeans pocket, first of all it is quite big, but if it goes inside the jeans pocket, you will feel the weight of it. At least for some days you will get used to it after some days once you start using this device as far as weight is concerned. When it comes to the display is IPS LCD display. It is a full high definition display which we have on this device, 1080 into 1920, spread over 5.9 inch of display. And again, if you take a closer look on this device, you can easily notice that the pixel density on this device is pretty good. It is around 373 pixels per inch, so you won't notice any kind of pixelation or reading problem on this device. Even when you open a document which has large amount of text, you will not feel the pixelation on this device. As far as the OS is concerned, the OS or the ROM which is running on this device as of now is the Color OS ROM. However, this is the first device which can support the Cyanogen mod ROM as well. And again, we will do a video in which we will install the Cyanogen mod ROM on this device and show you the performance of the device with that particular ROM. But as of now, the default ROM or the default operating system or the UI layer which comes pre-installed on this device is the Color OS from Oppo. And again, this is quite responsive. The kind of iconography it has is pretty good. The icons are quite big in size, the font size is easily readable, and again the kind of functionality you get, the kind of snappiness you get within this UI is pretty good. Now talking about the hardware ports and connectivity, when it comes to the touch capacitive buttons, the touch capacitive buttons are there on the body of the phone, not within the display, which is a good thing. Here you have the proximity and ambient light sensor, you have the nice metallic earpiece which is inside the plastic part, and we have a rotating camera module over here. Here we have the 13 megapixel camera with dual LED flash, and once I rotate it to the front, it start acting like a front camera. Once I rotate it to the back, it start acting like a rear camera. You have the Oppo branding over here with pretty good finishing, I would like to say. You have a secondary microphone as well on this device for noise cancellation and video chat. On this side you have the power and sleep key. Over here you have the volume rocker, and again this device is pretty big in size, so Oppo has actually placed the volume rocker and the power and sleep key on the edges so that you can easily access them with your finger. You don't have to reach to the top to actually use these buttons. And again on this side you have nothing. This is a single SIM device, so here we have the SIM card tray slot. So you can actually insert the SIM injection tool over here, and the SIM card tray will come out, which will accept a micro SIM, not a normal size SIM card. We have a primary microphone at the bottom, the 3.5mm audio jack as well as on the bottom. We have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging, and the loudspeaker of this device is also placed on the edges, not at the back side. So loudspeaker is over here with metallic mesh which is easily visible, and again the kind of audio which you get from this device is also pretty loud, and it will not get blocked when you place this device like this on a table. And again the viewing angles are such that even when you are watching a video and you place this device like this on a table, you will be able to see what is happening on the screen. You can see the display from extreme angles without any issues, so the viewing angles are pretty good for this device as far as display is concerned. Now taking a look over the home screen, this is how the home screen looks like. You have like 3 home screen as of now. You can increase these home screen and you can have maximum 9 home screen on this device. Now when it comes to the notification center, this is how the notification center look like. You have toggles here for the Wi-Fi, sound, volume, O-touch as well. You can enable and disable the O-touch in case it is giving a problem. You have brightness over here, and again you can adjust the brightness manually, and you do have support for automatic brightness as well. Here we have other notifications, and then you have a small button over here under notification with which you can actually clear up all the notification at once without actually taking any action on them. So you can do that. And once we go over this side, so you can either swipe it from this side or swipe it from this side. It will show you the toggles as well, and these are all the toggles for the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, data and all toggle as well. You have toggle for the NFC as well. So let me just go into the settings and show you the interface. Again, the interface on this device, everything is like custom in terms of the UI. It is not at all stock Android in any way. And again, as you can see, the settings UI is also optimized and customized to make it look different. Here we have the Color OS. The Color OS ROM is actually preloaded on this device. It has a 1.7 GHz quad-core processor, Snapdragon 600 chipset. You have 2 GB of RAM, out of which around 1.88 GB is available. And when it comes to the user available memory on this device, this is the 16 GB version which is there with us, and 16 GB version on which you have around 9 GB available to the user. When it comes to the status, let me just show you the version of Android which is running on this device, the exact version of Android. Okay, the version of Android is over here, which is 4.2.2, and you do have system updates available for this device. Oppo plans to push Android 4.3 or 4.4 directly onto this device with the help of Wi-Fi, and again you will get over-the-air updates on this device. You just need to go into About Phone and tap on System Update. It will check for update, and if there is any new update which is already available as of now, as you can see, you will be able to download this update by just tapping over here, and then you can later on install it and fix the bug fixes which is there on that update, or if there is a major update, that is also going to be available in the same way. Now here we have the O-touch sensor applications and options. Once you enable the O-touch sensor, you can customize the O-touch to actually launch a specific app as well. Over here you can turn on this option. You can actually have the O-touch sensor work in this way that you can slide up and down, move left and right to actually toggle in between items which is there on the photos. You can use the O-touch sensor at the back side for the camera and photos interface. You can use it to take photos of yourself as well in the front camera mode, especially if you rotate the camera in the front mode and it is acting like a front camera, you can take a self shot without pressing any touch capacitive button on this device or any physical button. You can actually take it with the auto sensor, and we will just demo you that one. And you can also adjust them, do things in the music interface. So in case you are playing some music with the help of music player, you can actually slide up and down to control the music playback. And let me just show you the camera functionality, which can be controlled with the help of auto sensor. So for example, we have launched the camera, and let me rotate the camera towards the front. So now it is acting like a front camera, and in order to take a self shot of mine, I just need to tap and hold over the auto sensor, and once it focuses, I can release my finger. So in order to take a photo, you just need to tap and hold, and once it focuses, you will just need to release your finger, and then it will take the photo. For example, let me just do it again. So if you have it like this, and if you do like this, let me just show you over there. So if you have it like this, if you tap your finger on the auto sensor, it will focus, and once it is focused, it will take the photo as well, and you just need to release your finger to take the photo. Make sure you hold the device still in that case, so that you have a decent self shot. And again, I'm kind of very tired, so please ignore that particular shot. Now as far as the overall UI is concerned, this is how the UI look like. You have some good number of applications which come pre-installed, like data monitor. You have different tools application which include sound recorder, flashlight, compass sensor is also there. So you do have magnetic field sensor as well on this device. You have a download manager as well. Kingsoft Office also come pre-installed, especially for you to open the office documents and other files. And when it comes to Google application, you have YouTube application, Google Places, Google Maps, Hangouts, all those useful applications from Google come pre-installed. You have a lock now application as well, which again is nothing but will allow you to lock your device by just tapping on the icon, as you can see. So you have useful number of applications. You have system update application as well, which will allow you to check for updates anytime. You just need to open this application, it will check for over there updates. Now if we go into settings and show you other things, you have a battery manager as well. So this device has a pretty big display size, so it has a battery manager in which you have power saving mode. Once you enable this mode, it will adjust the brightness of the device in such a way that it will give you more battery backup from the same battery once you enable this mode. And you have a battery reminder as well. In case you want to get reminded for charging this device at night time, it will give you a reminder at 40% at night time to remind for you to the charge device. So you can actually charge the device in, and it will pop up a reminder for you. It will also give you the power consumption details, so that you can identify which all application, which all things are actually using the battery more. So again, screen is something which uses the battery the most. So power saving mode, once it is enabled, it will automatically decreases the brightness of the display. And again, once you have this, you will definitely get more power backup from this device. You have some additional tips as well which you can explore, which will educate you to do certain things on this device, like close the touch feedback. The vibration function will use extra battery, so in case you disable the vibration, it will save a lot of battery. If you turn off GPS, turn off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth whenever you are not using them, it will again save you the battery. So these are some power saving tips which you will get. You also have some gesture and motion based features, which is again related to the proximity sensor, and for those features to work, you need to have the camera module like this. And again, in this particular module, whenever you are using these gestures and features, you can actually do certain things. You can rotate the camera, rotate to launch the camera. So this is related to rotation of this. Once you enable this option, only when I enable this option and if I move the camera towards the front, it will automatically launch the camera. And this is how it can launch the camera, and for that you need to enable this option under the gestures which we just showed you. So under gesture and motions, you can actually specify this option that whenever you rotate the camera module, it will launch the camera, both for the rear as well as for the front. When it comes to gesture shots, you can actually take photos of yours basically, or you can take a screenshot of the current screen by using 3 fingers. So you can actually do it like this and it will take a screenshot. This is another gesture which is supported on this device. You have miss operation, which you can actually prevent with the help of a gesture. You can activate the camera with the help of multiple fingers. So pinch to close like this will activate the camera. So again, it will not work as of now on this, but again it can work on the home screen. You can adjust the volume as well as of the device. Once you enable this, you can adjust the volume, and again we will make a different video altogether, especially to show you how does all these things actually work. So in case you are doing this, for example, if you're doing this, you should be able to launch the camera. So once you check this option of adjusting the volume with 2 fingers, once you have enabled this option, if you do it like this, you will be able to increase and decrease the volume of the device. So this is how you don't need to go into the settings, and you can increase and decrease the volume of the device. Second thing is activate the camera with multiple fingers. So pinch close with multiple fingers to activate the camera. This is something which you can do. In this case, you just need to pinch it like this and it will launch the camera. You can activate the camera in that case. Flip to mute, easy dial, easy answer, hands-free switch. All these features will work with the help of the proximity sensor. If you flip the device like this, once you have enabled this, you will be able to activate these actions like flip to mute. You can mute the phone, you can easily dial a number, you can easily answer the incoming calls, or you can actually make the phone hands-free. So if you flip the phone like this, the call will automatically get routed through the loudspeaker, not through the earpiece. So that is also possible. Then you have different other gestures which are supported, including screen off gestures, open the camera, flashlight, and other things you can do. So when it comes to the kind of features you have large number of features supported on this device. You have large number of things you can do with this device. The kind of value for money this device actually gives you is these features. So all these features come for a price of. Now as far as storage is concerned, out of the complete internal storage, around 9.44 GB is available to the user, and again you do not have support for micro SD memory card, so you cannot expand the storage of this device. Again, when it comes to the kind of the preferred storage location can be changed, but it is again going to be the system storage, or again because the device is actually divided in 2 storage areas. One is the system storage and second is the user space. So user space is that area where you can actually install applications, store picture, videos and other data, and system storage, which is 2.17. so the total available memory on this device is going to be 9.44 plus 2.17. In this particular area you can actually install application, but you will not be able to store user data like picture, videos and audio. When it comes to this area, 9.44 GB, here you can actually install application, and you can also store picture, videos and other data which you have captured from the device, or if you have transferred that to the same. So this is how the total storage will be looking like. It is approximately 12 GB or 11 GB of storage you will get on the 16 GB version of this one, whereas on the 32 GB version you will get approximately 24 to 23 GB available to the user. When it comes to the apps, this is how the app scenario look like. Again, you have 2 GB of RAM on this device, and as of now we just showed you under about process, you can actually see that how much of RAM is actually available. Out of 2 GB, around 1.88 is available, but free amount of RAM which is available on this device is something which I am not able to find out because it does not give that information as of now. And let me just go into the remaining running applications. So again, in terms of the overall interface, this interface does not allow you to find out the available amount of RAM, but again that is not much of a problem, because as of now I have been using this device for more than 2 weeks now, and again the device is responsive and I did not face any lag on this device. The device did not hang even for once, and the device is pretty responsive with the kind of hardware and the kind of software it has. Both of them actually talk to each other quite closely, and there is no problem as far as interface is concerned on this device. You do have GPS navigation supported. You just need to enable access to your location, and once you do that, make sure you enable both of these 2 options as well. In case you want to use navigation on this device, navigation will work with the help of assisted GPS. When it comes to tethering options, you do have support for that as well. You can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot to share the 3G internet on this device. You have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. You have NFC also supported on this device, and VPN is also supported. So when it comes to the connectivity options, there is no problem. This device supports almost all the useful connectivity options which you might think of. And again, you can disable the vibrate on touch to save more battery on this device. You can also disable touch sound die pad tone as well. When it comes to the display, under display we can see that this device does support automatic brightness as well, and then we have the wallpaper which can be controlled. You can actually have slideshow of the photos as well from the device. You can also display the battery percentage in the status bar at the top, so that you can get an idea about the battery in real-time basis. You can actually disable the auto rotate screen as well. So all these features are definitely very good. The kind of software this device has, it gives you a large number of options to customize the overall interface, to customize the overall functionality of the device in whatever way you would like to use it. Now this is how the phone dialer look like, and again, as you can see, under the phone dialer you do not have the option of making a video call. When it comes to the messaging application, this is how the messaging application look like. Once you create a new message, this is how the keyboard keys will look like. These keyboard keys are pretty big in size, and again, you will not face any problem while typing on this device with in portrait mode or in the landscape mode. This device has a pretty huge display for that, so typing is definitely not a problem at all. As far as typing is concerned, you do have support for continuous typing or swipe to type as well, with all these suggestions, which is definitely going to help you a lot to do very fast typing on this device. Now as far as the camera is concerned, you do have a 13 megapixel camera which is capable of recording high definition videos, and again we are going to take a photo as of now to show you the overall quality of this device. And we are taking this photo right now in a room with artificial light, and let's see how does this photo actually come out. So we have just taken the photo. The camera shutter is quite fast, and again this photo is not very clear in terms of the details. So let me just take this photo again and let me hold the camera stable. Okay, just a second. So make sure you hold the camera very stable in case you want to capture a very good shot from this device. And this is how the photo looks like. The photo looks pretty good in the kind of details it has. Again, this photo has been taken in artificial light, and this is how it looks. And again, if you do not have sufficient amount of artificial light falling on the subject which you would like to capture in the photo, let me just show you the photo quality in that case as well. And for this we need to turn on the display again. So let me just take this photo again. So we have taken this photo again without the artificial light which was falling, and again you can see this photo is very grainy. So you have a lot of noise in this one, whereas the noise was missing in this one, in which sufficient amount of light was falling on this one. So again, the low light performance of the camera is pretty good, but not too great. That is something which we have noticed. The kind of photos which you will get in daylight or with good amount of artificial light, these are going to be the better photos. But when it comes to low light shots, the kind of shots you will get on this device will be kind of grainy, and the color production is not going to be that great as well. As you can see, both the color production as well as the amount of noise which I can see in the photo is pretty high, whereas this photo is much better, in which you have good amount of artificial light falling on this object. When it comes to the camera UI, this is how the camera UI look like. When we take a look over the settings, you do have different kind of settings. The video mode is set to 1080p. You can record video in slow motion as well on this device. HDR mode is also supported within the photo mode. You have option to take 720p videos as well, so that is also possible. When we take a look over the photo modes, you have support for portrait, night, smart scene, sports, auto and landscape. And then when it comes to this option, you have support for beauty mode, beautify mode, HDR mode is supported, panorama mode is also there. You have a slow shutter mode as well. So you have good number of options. As far as camera is concerned, you can actually use the camera in the way you want to. You can record a video like this, and while recording a video you can actually take the photos as well. So photos can be captured while recording video on this device. You can either record video at 720p or at 1080p on this device, as we just showed you, and still you can take photos while doing the video recording. So in all, the camera on this device is pretty good. The only problem is that the low light shots are kind of grainy if you don't have sufficient amount of light falling on the object. So now we are playing a YouTube video from our channel, as you can see, and this video is getting played in high definition quality, and the kind of display it has, the device is pretty good because you can view the video from extreme angles without any fading of colors or any problem. The display is pretty good quality on this device, and you have pretty wide angles when it comes to the viewing it from different extreme angles. As far as volume is concerned, let me just increase the volume to full. So the overall sound which comes out from the loudspeaker over here is pretty good. It is not too loud, that is something I can say. Again, the placement of the loudspeaker is such that when you place the device like this on a table, the sound will not get blocked and you will be able to listen to the sound even in that case as well. But you might accidentally block the speakers, especially the loudspeaker on this device, which is over here, and we just did that during this video when we were playing this track. So the loudspeaker is pretty good in terms of the sound volume, but it is not too loud, that is something which we can say. The kind of quality it has when it comes to the sound which comes out from the loudspeaker is definitely better, but it is not too loud. Now as far as OTG is concerned, we have a flash drive connected with the help of an OTG cable, and let me just check whether this device supports on-the-go USB or not. Once we connect a flash drive like this with the help of OTG cable, it should give us a notification. So USB on-the-go USB feature is supported on this device and it has detected the same. That means you can actually play the movies on this particular device on the go. Again, this device has limited internal storage, so USB feature, the USB on-the-go USB feature is supported on this device. That is a very good news, because with limited storage on which you cannot actually expand the storage with the help of micro SD memory card, once you have a movie which is pretty big and which you cannot transfer on this one because you are running out of storage, in that case you can carry the movie in this flash drive like this, and you can connect it with the help of OTG cable, which will not come within the package, but it is pretty cheap to buy. And once you have both of these things ready, you can actually watch that movie which is there on the flash drive onto this device with the help of USB on-the-go USB feature, which is supported on this device, the OTG feature. Now one thing which I really like about the Oppo N1 is that you have a pretty huge battery in this particular form factor. The thickness of the device is around 9mm, and again it is not very thick device. That is something which we can notice. It has a round curved backside which actually gives you a very nice grip, because it has a matte finish back cover which is again cannot be removed, but the kind of overall form factor it has, the kind of matte finish back cover actually gives you a much better grip when you hold this device in one hand. And the battery inside this slim device, which is around 9mm in terms of the thickness, is 3610 mAh, which is a pretty huge battery and quite sufficient for this much of display size. Once you enable the power saving mode, you can actually get more than 2 days of battery backup. In normal day-to-day usage, with moderate usage, you will get more than 1.5 days of battery backup from this device, and this is something which we have experienced. So the kind of battery backup this device has is pretty good, and it will last for you for around 1 to 2 days as per your usage. Now the kind of score which we have got on Ninamark on this device, Ninamark 2 has given 59.8 FPS, and again this device is fairly good when it comes to playing any kind of graphic intensive game. You can play games like Mortal Kombat 4, Frontline Commando D-Day and Nova 3 as well on this device. Casual games like Temple Run, OZ, Subway Surfer will run perfectly fine on this device without any issues. So as far as the overall gaming performance is concerned, or the overall day-to-day usage performance is concerned, in terms of graphic, this device does not lag, and it can play any kind of graphic intensive game which you can think of. Now here we have got the score for this device when it comes to the benchmark on Entity. It has given us a score of 23491, which is pretty decent score, and it is between Samsung Galaxy Note 2 and HTC One in terms of the benchmark score. This device is again not the top-notch device in terms of the hardware, but in terms of overall performance it is pretty good. When you compare it with the Snapdragon 800 devices, then definitely this is not that kind of a device which can give you that kind of performance. But again, the overall day-to-day usage scenario, this device does not give you any kind of problem as far as UI is concerned. As far as application is concerned, it will support all the applications as well as all the day-to-day tasks without any lag in the UI. Taking a deeper look over the hardware configuration of this phone, this device has a model number of Oppo _13055, And then when it comes to the processor, you have ARM B7 processor on this device, clocked at 1.7 GHz. It is a quad-core CPU, and then it comes from Qualcomm. It is Snapdragon 600 chipset. When it comes to the display resolution is 1080 into 1920, and the GPU which we have on this device is Adreno 320 GPU. When it comes to the sensors, these are all the sensors which we have on this device. This device has a very extensive list of sensors, including linear acceleration, gravity, basic gestures, facing, gyro, tilt, and all those features which we actually highlighted before actually work with the help of most of these sensors which we have on this device. So now we are playing this game called Frontline Commando D-Day, and let's see how this device actually handles this graphic intensive game. Till now there is no issue with the device as far as playing this game is concerned. Let me just resume this game. So the game is running pretty fine without any issues. As far as touchscreen is concerned, touchscreen is pretty responsive and there is no problem, there is no lag which I can notice as of now while playing this game. Graphics are loading pretty fine. All the controls on the touchscreen are accessible. As you can see. So you can easily play this game on this device without any problem. Graphics are fine, touchscreen response is good, and there is no graphic lag which we can notice. Now to show you the overall touchscreen response and the responsiveness of the device when it comes to graphics, we are playing this casual game called Temple Run OZ. As far as graphics is concerned, graphics are loading fine. I can see the shadow of the player as well. So graphics are in full detail, there is no problem as far as graphics is concerned for this game. The touchscreen is pretty responsive. It is almost an instant response which I am getting from the touchscreen while playing this game. The gravity sensor on the device is working well, and there is no lag as far as touchscreen response is concerned while playing this game. As you can see, this device is working pretty fine without any issues. I can play this game on this device without any lag, without any problem as far as touchscreen is concerned or graphics is concerned. On multitouch, this device supports around 10-point multitouch, as you can see. So in all, I would like to give a thumbs up to the Oppo N1. This is a pretty costly device, that is something I can say, but this device does come with some innovations like rotating camera, O-touch sensor at the back side, and very good rigid build quality and a very premium look and feel as well. It has a 5.9-inch display which you can actually use on the go for entertainment. You can actually carry this tablet around with you and you don't need to carry a tablet with you, because you can actually watch movies on this display on the go without any issues. In case the limited storage is a problem for you on this phone and you have bought the 16GB version, you can always carry a flash drive with the help of an OTG cable. You can actually connect the flash drive in which you have a movie and you can watch that movie with the help of OTG feature which is supported on this device. So you can watch movies, you can open files, you can open documents as well, or anything you can have on a flash drive. You can actually copy it from the flash drive or actually process that file directly on the flash drive on the go with the help of OTG feature and this cable which you can actually buy from the market, and this will work fine. So in that case, you can actually solve the limited storage problem in case you have it with your Oppo N1 over time. Apart from this, the camera is pretty good. The low light performance of the camera is not that good, it is kind of average. That is something we can say. The second thing which is not so good about this device is the weight. This device is slightly heavy to hold in one hand. One-handed usage is very limited, although you do have some O-touch sensor over here which actually allows you to do certain things on the phone, but still the one-handed usage is very limited. You cannot actually use this phone with one hand, and O-touch sensor can be annoying at times, especially in case you are not intentionally trying to use it, but again it works at the back side like this and you are actually not using the O-touch sensor, but it has detected your finger movement, so it will work in that way to go across home screen and go across photo gallery as well. So these are some of the things which we do not like. Sometimes the O touch sensor can be annoying. The weight of the device is slightly heavier. The camera quality, especially in low light, is not that great, but in daylight it is pretty good. When it comes to the good points, we have already told you that this device is very good in terms of the build quality, very good in terms of the overall performance, day-to-day usage. It supports OTG, it has a pretty huge display, you can carry it around with you, it has a rotating camera, and O touch sensor is definitely useful as well for those who would like to use it. So that's all from us as far as the good points and bad points of this device. Do let us know if you have any specific questions for the Oppo N1. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.